Alright, so the question is, compare and contrast our happiness with the novel's definitions of happiness.
Well, our happiness is based on deep emotions, which is very different from the novels because they're based on like no emotions at all.
I agree. In the novels, they, like their happiness, like in Brave New World, they're happiest when their emotions are like dulled by soma and they don't actually experience like any complex or deep emotion. Whereas like the reason we experience like such deep happiness is because we also experience like deep sorrow and things, so like the contrast makes happiness better.
Also, in Brave New World, they experience happiness through a lot of activities and other stuff. Like, the economy is fueled on all the fun stuff that they can do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the happiness they feel is like almost like a lack of happiness.
It's like a
Because
material
it's not real happiness. But then that's also subjective to what we feel. Like it's not. I don't know. We're saying it's not happiness because that's what we have our own idea of happiness.
Kind of the same for babies. If you ever seen one, I'm serious. Like when they're little and they don't know what's not pleasant, they'll like cry over like the smallest things, and then like be happy over some things that we think are like so commonplace.
Mm-hmm.
So the same could be for Brave New World. But then on the other hand, Handmaid's Tale, that one is more kind of like suppressed emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, their happiness is not so much like them being happy as much as them not being sad. Like a good day in A Handmaid's Tale is a day where you, like nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
Nothing good happens either, but just a not bad day. So the second question is, what is the role of religion in each of the dystopian novels? So we're talking about Brave New World, The Handmaid's Tale.
Within Handmaid's Tale, religion is used to control them. It's they pull out the Bible constantly, and they only give them like small inserts, which kind of like change people's perspectives on how they want to do it or think.
Well, the Brave New World, there's absolutely like no religion at all. Like it's replaced like with technology. Instead of like saying "Oh Lord," they say "Oh Ford,"
Mm-hmm.
which is who created all the technology.
But wouldn't that be religion?
Yeah. Well, they replaced the religion that you can't explain really, but like they replace it with like the what do you call it? Technological.
Yeah. In both novels, religion kind of rules their lives, because in A Handmaid's Tale, it's obvious religion completely like rules their lives. Like everything they do is like based on Bible references and things, but again like a chopped up version of the Bible, not really with the same like morals the actual Bible has. And then in A Brave New World, like by not having religion, they kind of control the people, because that like censorship like prevents deep emotions again.
Mm-hmm.
And deep thinking.
Yeah, like deeper thoughts, so they don't really realize like how they're getting like controlled by the government.
Okay.
Okay, so the third question is define and discuss the difference between utopia versus dystopia as the words relate to our novels. So a utopia is a perfect society, and a dystopia is an imperfect society. So we all agree A Handmaid's Tale is a dystopia, correct? Yes.
Yeah. I also think Brave New World is also a dystopia, in that they were being controlled before they had the choice. They were being conditioned to feel certain ways, and they didn't really have the free will to make up their own decisions.
But they could also be a utopia. Everyone's happy. Whoever didn't go with the society, they were sent to an island where they could do whatever they want after that.
Yeah.
It was pretty much perfect to the people who lived there.
And they didn't even know if they didn't have free will.
Mm-hmm.
They're unaware about all of that.
But, well, like, going back to that island thing, like, we don't really know if the island they went to was actually, like, some sort of paradise, or if, like, going to the island meant they, like, offed you or something,
Yeah.
too, so you never really know. It's hard to say.
But from a few discussions between Mustafa Mond and the author, Holdsworth, Hemmels, he seemed like he liked going there, and Mustafa Mond seemed pretty cool about him going there saying that like you'll live there by yourself, no problem.
He could have been like this psycho.
Yeah, that wants to get him killed.
Yeah.
I like Shakespeare.
That one could go either way.
It's possible.
Next question, number 5, is considering the years that both novels were written, which is The Brave New World was written in 1931 and A Handmaid's Tale was written in 1985, what changes have we had in society to date that reflects the author's suppositions? So, A Brave New World, 1931, that's basically when technology really started to like take off on the upward slope to get to where we are today. So I think he made a good sort of inference as to where society was going, because now a lot of our lives are ruled on technology. I mean, we're filming this with technology, timing it with technology.
Yeah. I think smartphones and stuff, people's lives have been like really changed. They're basically like always on their phones, on the internet, and that's almost controlling us to the point of Brave New World.
Yeah, I agree.
If you wanted to go that way, phone companies or technology companies could be kind of like a Brave New World government trying to get us in, always pulling us in, trying to make us want it more and more.
In The Handmaid's Tale, there's not really like advanced technology, probably because it was like written at a time where like there's already technology, like it's not something new.
Yeah.
They were trying to take away the communication in Handmaid's Tale also, trying to remove everything.
Alright, number 6. Language is also an important form of propaganda used in both novels because it is hard to brainwash people when they are aware of the results. It is easier to convey messages in an altered form of language where only the conveyor knows what is being said. How is language used as a form of power in both novels?
Within Handmaid's Tale, language has been removed for most women, and it's been inserted as Pictionary language instead.
In The Brave New World, the only language they take away is like old language, like old writing from Shakespeare. So they're not able to like think about like old stuff because it's all about being new.
Yeah, they take away like thought-provoking literature in A Brave New World. So by doing that, it kind of controls the citizens and kind of focuses them on the current world they live in, so they don't look back like to maybe see a world that they would want to go to. So they're kind of focused on where they are.
Yeah, like takes away the creative part of like life with yeah, and then there's like direct literature.
And the last question, is technology necessary for these societies to function? So in A Brave New World, it's definitely necessary. It's sort of the foundation of their society, like it's how they're born, they're conditioned before they're born to become the people they become, which is completely a technological advancement. And then things like the feelies, the movies they go to, like how they get around, their transportation with the helicopters, all that is all technological advancements. So they definitely rely on that in their society.
Yeah, their whole society is based off of technology. Like the way they're conditioned when they grow up, that's use of technology and like psychological studies, and that's through technology.
And then The Handmaid's Tale, they don't really need technology. They're more based like on their religion. I don't think there's any like new kind of like advanced technology in that one.
A lot of it goes back to, I think, medieval maybe times. They kind of like rely on people who don't question orders. They rely on communication kept to a minimum, just isolation, nothing much happening.
If anything, they kind of like got rid of technology.
Yeah,
They kind of slid technology under the table because they figured that sort of communication and like unity that brings about would be bad for a society where everything's sort of swept under the rug and everyone's kept quiet and doesn't know really what's going on.
yeah.